Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. I am your English teacher. Students, today we will do a revision worksheet of English language covering almost entire syllabus. Students, we have done one worksheet on Friday, 23rd April, and some of the students have already taken it. If you have not collected that worksheet, collect it with new worksheets that will be given on 27th April. Okay students, you have to solve this worksheet by watching this video and under supervision of your parents. Let's begin. Students, question number 1 to 5 of this worksheet are related to chapter number 1 to 4 of your grammar tree book. And I have briefly described these 4 chapters in the class and also in another worksheet video, because that worksheet consists of first 4 chapters of your book. Okay students, now move towards question number 1. Question number 1 is mention of what kind each of the underlined adjective is. Students, here two sentences are given. Number 1, Kiran is a great supporter of non-violence. Number 2, whose book is that lying on the table? Students, you have to write the type of underlined adjective in the given space, whether it is emphasizing or interrogative. Okay students, now move towards question number 2. Question number 2 is pick out the adverb of time and adverb of frequency from the following sentences. Number 1, people rarely listen to the radio nowadays. Number 2, we have music classes twice a week. Students, in second chapter of your grammar tree book, we briefly read about the types of adverbs. In both sentences of question number 2, first you have to underline the adverb and then write its type over it. Okay. Question number 3 is write suitable interrogative adverbs. Number 1, dash hard is it raining now? Number 2, dash can we meet and go for a swim? Students, this question is also taken from chapter number 2, adverbs. Here you have to fill in the blanks with a suitable interrogative adverb. Okay students, question number 4 is pick out transitive and intransitive verb, subject and object of a transitive verb. Number 1, the snake slide into a hole. Number 2, sunflowers are yellow in color. Students, this is very easy question. Here you have to underline the transitive or intransitive verb, or in case of a transitive verb you also have to mention the subject and object. Okay students, let's move on. Question number 5 is fill in the blanks with words formed by adding prefixes and suffixes to the words given in bracket. Sentence number 1 is you must not dash your parents. Given word is obey. Number 2, many Pakistanis have died fighting for the dash of their country. Given word is free. Students, here you have to fill in the blanks by adding prefixes or suffixes to the words given in bracket. Okay. Question number 6 is fill in the blanks with appropriate reflexive pronoun. Students, we have read about the reflexive pronouns in chapter number 5 of your grammar tree book. Students, reflexive pronouns are words ending in self or selves that are used when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same. Okay students, sentence number 1 is Danish forced dash to swallow the bitter pills. Number 2, a robot can do many things by dash. Students, here you have to write reflexive pronouns in both blanks. Question number 7 is pick out adjective phrases from the following sentences. Students, all of you know what is adjective. Adjective is a word that qualifies a noun. And a phrase is a group of words which does not contain a subject and a verb and does not make complete sense by itself. Students, in chapter number 6 of your grammar tree book, we read about the participles and gerunds. Students, we read that present participle and past participles are also used as an adjective. Students, now pick out adjective phrases from the given sentence of question number 7 and write down in the given space. Question number 8 is state whether the underlined words are ing or gerunds. Point out their object if any. Students, I have told you that present participles are also used as an adjective. And if ing form of a verb means present participle form is used as a noun is known as gerund. Students, प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल्स जो हैं वो एज अ एडजेक्टिव यूज होते हैं, लेकिन अगर प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल्स यानी आईएनजी फॉर्म वर्ब की एज अ नाउन यूज हो रही है तो फिर उसको हम जेरंड कहते हैं. In given sentence of question number 8, you have to tell the underlined verb acting has used as a gerund or ing adjective. And you also have to point out the object if any. Okay students, now move towards question number 9. Question number 9 is say which of the underlined group of words are phrases and clauses. Students, I have told you a phrase is a group of words which does not contain a subject and a verb and does not make complete sense by itself. And a clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate and it is a part of a sentence. Students, phrase वर्ड्स का एक ऐसा ग्रुप होता है जिसमें सब्जेक्ट और वर्ब नहीं होता और ना ही उसका कोई कंप्लीट सेंस होता है, जबकि क्लॉज वर्ड्स का एक ऐसा ग्रुप होता है जो सब्जेक्ट और प्रीडिकेट पर मुश्तमिल होता है और सेंटेंस का एक पार्ट होता है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, in sentence of question number 9 you have to mention underlined words. Who played the role of Hamlet is a phrase or clause. Students, here you have to tell the underlined words are phrase or clause. Students, now you can see question number 10, 11 and 12 of this worksheet on your screen. Students, these three questions are taken from chapter number 9. In question number 10, you have to pick out the adjective phrase. In question number 11, you have to underline the adverb phrase, and in question number 12, you have to pick out the noun phrase. Students, what is adjective phrase? A phrase which does the work of an adjective is an adjective phrase. And a phrase which does the work of an adverb is called an adverb phrase, while a phrase which does the work of a noun is called a noun phrase. Students, in these three questions, you have to underline the phrases as per question. Question number 13 is join each pair of sentences with the conjunctions given in bracket. Students, we read about the conjunctions in chapter number 11 of your book. A conjunction is a word or group of words that can join other words, group of words or sentences. It is help us to make what we want to say shorter and more pointed. Students, conjunction एक word या एक से ज़ायद words पर मुश्तमिल एक ग्रुप होता है जो कि सेंटेंसेस में दूसरे वर्ड्स या ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स या मुख्तलिफ सेंटेंसेस को ज्वाइन करने के लिए यूज किया जाता है. Students, in question number 13, two sentences are given. Number 1, this room is small. It is very bright and airy. Given conjunction is but. Badar can stay, he can go home. Here given conjunction is or. Students, here you have to use the given conjunctions for joining these sentences and make it more meaningful and shorter. Okay, students, question number 14 is fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions. Students, we have read about the prepositions in chapter number 12 of your book. Here two sentences are given and you have to fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions. Students, a preposition is a word or group of words which is usually placed before a noun or pronoun in a sentence. This is used to indicate the place where something happens, direction, position, and location of somebody or something. Okay, students, let's move on. Students, question number 15 is state which of the following sentences are in the active or passive voice. Students, this question is taken from chapter number 15, active and passive voice. Students, a sentence in which subject of the verb is the agent or doer of the action denoted by the verb is known as active voice, while a sentence in which the subject does not perform the action denoted by the verb but is acted upon is said to be in the passive voice. Students, here two sentences are given. Number 1, the documents was stolen from the safe. Number 2, the boys were flying kites all day long. Students, here you have to write whether the sentence is active or passive in the given space next to each sentence. Okay, students, question number 16 is change the voice. Students, this question is also related from chapter 15, active and passive voice. Students, here you have to change the voice of the given sentence. Sentence number 1 is the fort was surrounded by the enemy. Number 2, these rooms are cleaned every day. Okay, students, what you have to do? You have to change the voice of these two sentences. Question number 17 is rewrite the following sentences using contractions. Students, a contraction is a shortened form of a word which can be joined to another word. Students, we read about the contraction in chapter number 16 of your book. Here two sentences are given. Number 1, Leila would not tell us why she was crying. Number 2, the little bird had not learned to fly yet. Students, here you have to rewrite the sentences by replacing the underlined words with contractions. Okay, let's move towards question number 18. Question number 18 is add question tag. Students, in chapter number 17 of your grammar tree book, we read about the questions. We read how to turn a statement into a question. Students, tag question means we add a shortened form of a yes-no question or a tag question to a statement to turn into a question. Sentence number 1 is John plays the violin. Number 2, Sana is a good dancer. Students, add question tag in these sentences to turn them into a question. Question number 19 is also taken from chapter questions. Here we have to frame a question of given sentence, that is, buses run regularly from this place to the station. Okay, students? Question number 20 is replace the group of words with appropriate idiom. Number 1, the kind old teacher regarded all his pupils as his own children. Students, here you have to replace the underlined words with a suitable idiom. Let's move on. Question number 21 is translation. Students, here you have to translate the given sentences into English. Number 1, मैं तैरना जानता हूँ. Number 2, मैं अपने भाई से प्यार करता था. Number 3, मेहमान आ चुके होंगे. Let's move on. Students, in question number 22, you have to write the feminine of the given masculine. Gentleman, salesman. Students, in question number 23, you have to write the opposite of the given words, easy and regular. In question number 24, you have to write the plural of key and son-in-law. Question number 25 is write an application to the principal asking for a sick leave. Students, here you have to write an application to the principal of your school for sick leave. It is very easy application and you have already done it many times, okay? And you have to do it in your English language copy. Question number 26 is write an essay on any one of the following topics. Number 1, life in COVID-19. Students, here you can write your observation and experience about the life of COVID-19. Second topic is aim in life. Students, the aim is defined as a strong will to achieve something. Every person must have a well-defined objective in life. Here you have to write your goals and aim of life and what you want to do and what you want to become. Okay? Third topic is picnic at the beach. Students, in this topic you can write your experience about the picnic at the beach and you have already written on this topic. Okay? Topic number 4 is a visit to the Den Zoo. Students, if you have visited to the Den Zoo, you can easily write on this topic and you can share your experience. Okay? Students, I have explained all the questions of this worksheet. It has covered almost entire syllabus of English language. Please solve it very carefully in supervision of your parents. Students, attach this worksheet in your English language copy. You have to do last two questions, that is question number 25 and 26, application and essay in your copy. Students, please submit it on the given date. Thank you. Take care of yourself and your family. Allah Hafiz.